So my name is Caterina Conti, and I've been a lawyer for over 30 years, but more recently, in the last 5 to 6 years, I've been a sustainability executive in the apparel industry. Well, we've had quite a bit of help from great organizations like Earth Day Network, as well as Ceres and Calvert's and the Calvert Women's Principles, which have become the UN Empowerment Principles. So we've looked at our entire employee base. Over half of Anvil's employees were women, and looking at what the needs are and how to promote them. We've also used the gender principles. .org as a great self-assessment tool for an organization to assess how it's doing and what other programs. And we reported it on Anvil CSR in our CSR report. When I left Anvil, there were a lot of things to go forward, but I think that one of the key areas is really to start at life skills, basic life skills and work training programs, because sometimes our goals are too far along, and we really need to build capacity at the basic level, because regardless of where you operate in the world, even though organizationally you may have the right environment, at the end of the day, that female ends up going into a certain cultural framework. And so you have to work both within the organization and within the community to ensure that that female is supported. And you also have to work with all of your male employees in terms of gender awareness and diversity overall. Well, I think the greatest impact has been the support of our union organizations, as well as work training programs since 2009. And they've done very well in different areas. And each year we have tried to expand those areas so that it's not just artisanal crafts or catering, more traditional roles, but moving on to engineering. And also supporting as an organization, when I was there, the fact that different educational initiatives around STEM, science education, science and technology. Because you really need to start in the community with education, and then you're building a workforce, right, for an organization. So I think as organizations we need to have a much more long-term view of recruiting and capacity building. I think the greatest outcome from these events are the networking opportunities and the partnerships, the public-private partnerships that develop amongst all the organizations, because fundamentally we need to work. And so while the goal setting is wonderful and critically important, at the end of the day it's all of these case studies that show that are supported and that show momentum toward a better green economy. Well, I think that the initiative of Earth Day Network, the Wage, Women, and a Green Economy, is a great organization, and that's what I came to learn about. So the conference, this breakfast, has been invaluable in really meeting other industry leaders and understanding what their challenges are, and also learning best practices, because at the end of the day I think there are not enough tools for us in the business community to use, and I don't believe there's enough reporting of our success. So as we meet together this week, I think we need to work towards, whether it's the GRI gender principle, the KPIs around that, but some sort of baseline that really shows where business is at from an industry sector, so that we can really learn from each other and then move forward.